Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Yes,
Hello,
we're here.
everybody. Nice to be back in the studio with Anna and streaming today, talking about the new feature that we just launched and released. And Anya was leading the launch of the feature. Was present here in our Kiev office, broadcasting the feature, and here she is today talking about it. And she'll get all your answer answered. But before that, Anya, where are you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself if people still don't know who you are.
Yeah, just first, quick welcome to everybody. We are your hosts today for Livestream with Restream. This is our demo for the new feature. We're actually introducing a brand new way to stream with Restream today. And I'm your host, Anya, in Austin, Texas. And joining me right here is Anastasia from Restream Europe. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm seeing that chat questions are starting to pop up. That is so amazing to see you guys here. I see the questions are starting to appear. So this is a very, very special stream today because we are introducing something brand new, something that did not exist before. We were building this for a long time. We were really looking forward to introducing this new way of streaming to you. And today we're going to tell you all about it. So meet Restream Pairs. This is our new feature, and what it does, it allows you or anybody to stream and restream your event on their channels. So what's going on right now, this live stream with Restream that we're doing together with Nastya, can be restreamed to anybody who gets the link from us and adds their channels. So basically they can amplify our event and share it in their Facebook communities, on their personal channels, their YouTubes, and everywhere on social. And big kudos to everyone from our Facebook community and our influencer partners who today, with this stream, already connected their channels and restreaming this event by pairing. Is that cool, Nastia? What do you think?
No, I think it's not cool. I think it's awesome. It's simply unbelievable. I think it's like a Restream 2.0. It's really the dream come true. It's answering all your questions of like, how do you get more audience or how do you get your content to more places? And that's exactly the answer and the response. We're just streaming to today, when we're streaming to 21 channel, get this. So a few of ours and majority of them from our guests. This is super cool and amazing. And thanks everybody from our Facebook community who paired out with us today and also sending the streams to their local channels as well. This is amazing.
Yeah, guys, if you're watching us right now, please feel free to add a couple of comments because I want to show on chat overlay how all those channels connect and also how we are aggregating the chats from everywhere. So the point of pairing with other channels is not just to amplify the event by restreaming it to those channels, but it's also allowing you to interact with all those people. That allows your guests on the stream to connect their channels to your interview, and the audiences of those guests can also participate and interact. And I'm seeing that there are chats coming in here in our chat overlay. So this is super exciting. People are
As
saying
you're
very
chatting in,
cool.
let us know where you're from. So it's kind of all exciting as well. So we get to introduce you. It's always super exciting to know where people from around the world joining us to see. And it will be all displayed in our channel overlay so that you can see for yourself how the comments from all the different across all the different channels coming into one place. It's super exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually in my view, I can see the channels that are coming from our pair channels from our guests. So that's really exciting because they're marked specifically. And that's awesome. I can see people are saying, I'm from North Wales, United Kingdom, from Las Vegas, England.
Nice.
Great geography right here. I'm live in so many spots at Social Media Labs. Scott, thank you so much for connecting so many different channels. That's so crazy, right? Like this is the power of Restream. Be everywhere, communicate with everyone, engage your audiences across platforms and destinations. People are
It's
saying
really
this is
mind blowing how
awesome.
many people are interacting and reaching right at the same time. It feels
Yeah,
like really everywhere,
yeah,
through power of Restream and amplified. Cool. We have people from
exactly.
Nigeria and New
Dolores from North
and similar
Carolina,
North
Luke from
Carolina.
UK,
Nice.
Bruno is testing on Facebook. This is all amazing stuff. So, without further waiting, we are just going to play a quick clip that we created just to give you an idea of how Restream pairs work from the host perspective. So if you want to start pairing today, what do you need to do? What kind of buttons you need to click? We're just going to give you a quick overview right now so you can see Restream pairs from the host perspective, but you are currently seeing it in action on this stream. So let's go ahead and play this intro pre-roll or mid-roll, I guess, so folks can see how Restream pairs work.
Want more views? Try Restream Pairs and allow others to stream your events on their channels. So, let's take a look at how this process works. To get started, you'll first want to create an event. Once that's done, it's time to select which of my channels this event will go live to. Now, here comes the part where I invite others to add their channels to my event. To do that, I'll copy this pairs link and send it to anyone who I want to pair with. Once they click this link, they'll be able to add their social channels they want to restream to, and the event will be added to their dashboard. You'll then see your own channels and any paired channels on your event card. Then, after you go live, they can join the stream in studio or simply let it go live to their channels in addition to your own. Ready to get started? Then head over to your Restream dashboard, schedule your next event, and pair now.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice.
Schedule your next event and pair now. And it was really fun that we decided to share this pairing link with folks today. And I can proudly say that we currently have 21 paired channel added on top of what I originally scheduled this event on, which is another 6 channels in Restream ecosystem. We are on Restream's YouTube, Facebook community. Hello, everyone from there. We are also on LinkedIn, on Restream, and on 18 additional paired channels brought to us by you, by our community members, influencers, Restream team members. So thank you so very much for playing with us today and for amplifying this event and sharing it with your communities. Awesome stuff. So let's go ahead and actually, I do have a quick question for the community. If you guys don't mind letting us know if you collaborate with other content creators and how you do that. And of course, there might be different ways how you work with other streamers. Maybe they show up as guests. Maybe they um, maybe you do co-marketing and co-branded streams. Maybe you occasionally want to invite someone to stream into your community. We are going to talk about all those use cases in a little bit more detail further on today. But I definitely want to take some questions as well. But yeah, let us know if you're collaborating with others and how that looks for you today.
Anya, do you know, while we're waiting for people to start commenting and collaborating, tell us a little bit more. Restream Pairs, how the name comes to you, how that happened. It feels like a perfect fit, pairing and Restream Pairs. But what is your outlook on this, on the name itself?
That is an interesting question because when we were thinking about this feature, for the longest time, Restream Pairs was just a work like insider name for this because we knew that we're going to be pairing channels. So we were thinking about that the same way as we were thinking about pairing devices, right? You pair your phone with your hands-free in your car, you pair your phone with your TV, you pair your phone with your Elgato lights if you have those. Hello, streamers who have professional lighting in their studio. So that was the idea. So you basically connect and everything works together. We did have a lot of discussions about how to name it properly to make it more flashy marketing-y. But in the end of the day, Pairs kind of stuck, and we just decided to stick with this as well. And Pairs actually finalized this month in August when I went to our European office in Kiev, Ukraine, and we did a little boot camp. So for 2 weeks, we assembled a small team of developers and engineers, and we just dove deeply into the feature and made it happen. So now we're proudly releasing it to our Restream users. Just a quick note on Pairs, I guess, just to make it clear. Currently, Restream Pairs is a paid feature, so it's a pro plan and higher for hosts. But there's a big but. But your guests get to pair for free. So no matter what kind of account your guest has, as long as you as a host have a professional plan or higher, so that's our premium business or enterprise, your guests do have an ability to add, including paid channels such as Facebook groups and pages for free. So this is what we are trying to accomplish here, amplifying events, inviting everyone, and making sure it's very easy for you to connect with other content creators and help people amplify. your events.
Wow, and this
Right.
is super awesome. Like it kind of opens up so many opportunities for everybody to join in. You don't have to be necessarily signed in into Restream or had account with it before in order to have a stream streamed. I think thinking of this, what do you think? Like we were talking about the collaborators and how the people collaborate in general. I haven't seen any responses on this one, but what is your take on this? How do usually people collaborate with their live streams? What is the most common way for people to have people in the stream? Is it interviews, or is it more like, I don't know, just doing one person playing guitar and one playing parents person playing something else? What is your take on this? What is you have seen mainly happening in the industry? How people collaborate within content creators?
Great question. So when we were thinking about pairs, we were thinking about them from the perspective of three major use cases, right? Like how people would use Restream pairs and how it would serve them and their communities that they are working with. And the first use case that we came up with was the very simple one that just comes naturally from the fact of doing interviews, from doing live streams as a host or as a guest when I was showing up to other people's streams and collaborating with them. So it's just go together on both of your channels. It was always such a process for me personally whenever I would go live with somebody to figure out how could they share this stream, right? Like if I am interviewing someone or I'm a guest at someone's show, I kind of want my community and my audience to also see it. I also want them to participate. I don't want them to just see a replay or some kind of a shared stream. I want them to see it live. I want them to be able to chat and collaborate and communicate with us. So pairing with your guests and allowing your guests to add their channels to your stream was the number one thing that came up to our mind as a great use case. And the opportunities there in terms of industries are endless. Like you mentioned, it could be two musicians that are collaborating together and they're pairing and they're sending their little live concert on multiple channels on both groups of channels, right? The musician number one and musician number two. It could be just an interviewer and a high profile guest, right? So the interviewer could send the event on their channels, news outlets, and the guest could also say, "Hey, I'm being interviewed by Forbes magazine, so why don't I just send this interview live on my social, on my Facebook, on my LinkedIn?"
To be honest with you,
So
that's the first thing that come to my mind is about the VIP guest. I would
yeah,
totally want myself and my stream being present on their social channels as well, so more people get to know my channel as well. So kind of co-branding or co something as well. I suppose this is our second use case. So do you want to talk about that one as well?
yeah, absolutely. So the co-marketing campaigns and co-branded streams is the second thing that also came out of my personal pain. I do a lot of co-marketing campaigns. If you go on YouTube channel, you will see the whole series called we call them Restream Special Editions. And that's basically when I interview some either high profile guests or people who are working on products that are relevant to Restream. For example, recently I did a stream with Descript, right? That's a great platform that allows you to edit your video just like you would edit a Word document and change things around in the text, and that will be reflected in the video. Another one that we did was with Elgato when we talked about their new Epocam, the opportunity to turn your cell phone into a web camera with Elgato solution. So for something like this, in the past, this is how it used to work. When I would have a co-marketing campaign like that, I would talk to a person or brand that I'm co-marketing with, and I would ask them to please allow me to either log into their Restream account or ask them to log in into mine and connect their
Mm.
channels as the channel owners. And then we'll go live on all of those channels at the same time. So it's a very hacky way. It was very uncomfortable for a lot of people to hack into my account. It was very uncomfortable for me to share my passwords and then have to change them constantly. So all of that has to go now, because all you need to do if you are co-marketing with another brand is tell them, hey, let's pair, send them that one link, allow them to create a Restream account or log into the existing one, toggle on the channels that they want this co-marketing campaign to go live on, and you're live together and you're aggregating chats from both of the groups of channels. This is very powerful, I believe, and I can't wait to showcase some other specific use cases of that. Like the only one that I have currently is the Descript one, because we actually did pair at the very early beta stage with Descript folks. So I can't wait to see. So if you guys are doing co-marketing campaigns and if you are feeling that pain of, oh my gosh, I wish we could go to both my channels and their channels, let me know. Let us know if you're interested in trying pairs if you haven't done so yet, and then please share your feedback and your experience. We'd love to showcase those stories in the future.
Yeah, I think it's also a great material for all this possible branding. So maybe even sharing similar discounts and or discount for one product and another product, and right away streaming it to or talking about it in both channels. So you don't have to repeat yourself, and the audience across the board knows about it. I think the next really cool or the use case for this feature is here he goes. Secure takeover of Facebook group. I think we touched base on it a little bit when you were saying about the pain of sharing a password, and then they need to change the passwords. I totally can see that myself being in the similar shoes when streaming. Anything else that you want to add on this one as well from your personal experience?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So the pain is kind of similar but yet different. So when you're trying to go live into someone else's Facebook group that you don't own or don't have admin rights to, you have basically two options. Option number one is the same crazy process of logging into the host's account and adding a Facebook group as the Facebook group owner. So sharing credentials, not cool. And option two is you can ask the Facebook group admins to make you an admin, and that's the only way that Facebook would allow you to go live into that group. So that's also not very comfortable for everyone, especially if you have a lot of high profile guests or content creators that you want to invite and stream into your group. So pairs make it very easy. And actually, right now, I want to do a big shout out to Scott Aries and to Top Social Media Strategies Facebook group that did get paired with us today, that got connected. So as you guys know, there was no credential exchanges. There were no any like special admin rights added for me or anyone on Restream side of things. Scott, as an admin of that group, just simply paired it with me, and now we're live on that in that group, and we're super excited. I'm seeing a lot of comments coming out from that community, and I appreciate you all coming in and joining our conversation about how you can amplify your events and stream into other people's groups and communities.
Awesome. Awesome. I actually got a really cool comment from Scott here. I think it's a spot on about functionality, how the pairing actually works and what is the crux behind it. So it's a cool part is Anya shared the guest link with me. Okay, I cannot see the comment. Anya, do you want to read it out? Actually, could you help
Yeah,
out?
yeah, absolutely. The cool part is that Anya shared the guest link with me to pair, but I'm not on as a guest. So I can let this great content live on my own account and manage comments on my own properties as well. So the power of Restream Pairs is that you can do both things depending on what is working better for you. You can pair with your guests and have that person who paired their channels with you to show up live on your stream, just like Anastasia is doing right now. She's also paired with me for this stream, and it's going live on her channels, and she's
Hello, all
here
my friends.
co-hosting. Yeah, hello mom, right? Hello mom. That's very
Hello,
important
mom.
when you're connecting your Facebook personal page or
So
Facebook
true.
profile. Mom can always be there. So on top of that, I have a lot of folks who connected their channels and they're not live with us today. They just opened up their doors of their pages, of their profiles, of their YouTube channels to this content, and they're allowing me to stream into their communities and interact with their viewers. So basically, you can do it. You can go both ways. And another powerful part of this is that in this situation, you're not necessarily attached to Restream Studio. So Restream Studio makes it very easy for you to stream with guests and then pair with guest channels. So then you can go live together, you can do it interview mode and basically restream the content to both of your groups of channels. But if you're using something like OBS or Ecamm or Vimix. There's so many different encoders, the professional encoders, and I saw some comments in the chat about like the professional commercial level of streaming. So you can still use pairs for that. You can use your Vmix encoder or your OBS, you can create your stream with all the effects and all the abilities that you get in those RTMP encoders, and you can still send this pairs link to anyone who you want to attach or connect your channels to, and then the stream from OBS will go live on your channels and your paired channels. So this is really opening up a lot of opportunities to elevate the quality of your stream, to make it nice and easy within Restream Studio space, to do it with guests, to do it solo, but you can always ask others to amplify your event and reach their communities and boost your views by pairing. So that's
Cool.
kind of
I see Scott, we with Scott, we touched base a little bit on how the pairing actually works and what needs to
Mhm.
be there for how the comments look like and how the comments work on the paired channels. Anya, as you almost the idea behind the feature, tell us a little bit how it works, what we need to do in order to pair, and do I need to have a paid account or do my guests have had a paid account? How does it usually works for me who are just starting up and I totally want to conquer the world and broadcast myself to as many destinations as possible, and of course say hello to my mom. But tell us a little bit more how it works, how the feature works.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Actually, before that, I'm going to take one quick question from Scott because I think it's really cool that he asked
Mhm.
that. I just don't want to miss it. How does the recording after the show works on pair accounts? Is so if I paired my channels with this stream, will I get the recording as a paired channel? So the answer to your question is yes, you will. And if you do have a professional plan that unlocks recordings, you'll be able to access it. If you do not have a professional plan, which basically does not allow you to have recordings in the first place, then you will have an option to either upgrade or you will not be able to access it. But we do send the recording of the stream to paired channels. It's just the question of do you have a pro account or higher in order to access it. So yes, we thought about it and we 100% realize that if you're a guest on the stream, you also might want
Awesome.
to be able to download that video and then repurpose it, post it on your social, make little clips out of it, reference it on your own channels. So yes, we do save that recording for you. Amazing.
That's freaking awesome.
I
I'm so
was
much
gonna
with Scott here. To be honest with you, a little bit of a background kitchen. Since I've been, I know, been working with Anya, so I know from how she worked with pairs from inception. And it's really fascinating how she thought about so many small details and so many cool features and how people will be using it and how to make it useful and how to make it easy for people to access and do things. I'm super hung up with, super thrilled with the level of details I thought that she put into this product. So it's super cool. And yes, so the recording is also there, which is amazing.
That is so cool. A couple more comments that I just definitely want to highlight before I do a little in-person demo, like actual sharing screen and showing you how pairs look from under the hood, right? Like from inside out. Roberto is saying, I have a pro plan. When is it coming out? The feature is available to you today. So if you go to your events and create an event, after the step when you connect your own channels, you select where this event is going to be scheduled on. Your next step is going to be, would you like to get more views in that and sharing the pair link? So it's already available for you. You can test it right now. And if you have an event coming up and have someone you would like to pair with, please do that and let me know how it went, because I would love to hear your stories, guys. This is one of our big things on marketing team that we're going to do. We are going to showcase and highlight the pairs use cases and stories. So if you paired recently and it went well, or you're about to do that, please document that carefully and let us know, because we'd love to highlight and showcase you in the future as a pair
Anya, I
pioneer.
see this really interesting question as well about how it works. When this created copyright tracks. I wonder if you've thought about this question.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm assuming that ACT is referring to music. So if the host is using music that is under copyrights, would that affect the paired channels? So the answer to this question is yes. If someone you're pairing with is using music illegally, that there is a possibility that the end platforms that are blocking copyright content might block your content as well, because for them, from their perspective, the stream is just going on live on your channels. They don't necessarily see that as being paired. So that's why it's very important, if you are a musician or DJ, that you coordinate with hosts and you guys understand that you own the rights to the music that you're playing. You do have a license to do that, or you're playing your own music, or you're using one of those amazing apps, that there are so many different ones out there on the market that allow you to buy a license and play music with license and basically indicate that on your channels. So generally what we are expecting, since currently Restream Pairs is a pro feature, that professional users are very aware and very much in tune with copyright rules of each individual platform. So that's basically going to depend on host to make sure that they're compliant. But yes, as you're pairing with your host, and if that's a concern, it would make sense to make sure that you guys are clear on that stuff, and you don't want to suffer the consequences of your host sharing copyright music. So definitely that would be a good thing to make sure that you check on. But yes, potentially that's a possibility if the host is violating copyright policies of end platforms.
Cool. Guys, I see a lot of questions there regarding the multi cameras and some other technical questions. We're not ignoring you. We promise we're going to take them as well. Please stick a little bit with us until the end of the demo. So Anya will go ahead and demo how the pairing works, maybe one more time, or play a video, and we can then answer your questions on pairs, and as well answer all of your questions that are not about Restream itself generally. So we do see them, and we will play them later as well.
Awesome. Yes. And I definitely want to come back to Roberto's question about whether it's only available with events or with instant streams. So yeah, definitely let's make sure we get back to this one. So I'm going to hide the comments for now. Oops, I accidentally selected a different thing. Just a quick view that I wanted to show you how it looks on my end. As you can see, the comments that are coming from paired channels are clearly marked as paired. They're different color and they have this paired little logo next to it. So that's kind of helpful for me to understand that which channels are coming from my original channels and which are paired. And you can also see right here on top, I have the option to open up my view, right? And I can see my channels and I can see my guest channels or paired channels right here. And I can see how many amazing people added their channels. Look at this. This is just crazy. I literally shared this link today. This idea came up to me right before I started. I was starting to prepare to the stream. So 2 hours before we went live. And so many amazing people connected their groups, pages, Twitters, YouTubes, Facebook communities, and personal profiles. There's a Twitch from Nastya. So this is just fascinating. So this is how you can see it and how you can access this stuff. So how you start. So currently, and that's going to actually reflect a little bit on the question from Roberto. Currently, Restream Pairs is event-based only. So you do have to create an event in order to be able to pair. The reason for that is that it just makes it very easy for us to make sure that we open up your guest or your paired channels only for this event. And there are no issues about you as a host being able to access those channels in the future. So it's only event-based for today. So you start with creating an event. You actually, right now, it's only available for live events, but very soon we're bringing it to scheduled and recorded videos as well. That's the matter of weeks. Currently, you will be needing to create an event. You will need to select the date in the future, upload thumbnail, and then you'll be selecting whichever your own personal channels you want to go live on. And then once you click create an event, you will immediately, if you have a professional plan or higher, get this prompt right here. You cannot miss it, right? It's pretty big. And it pops up right into your face. Want more views? Try pairs. And pairs allow others to restream your event on their channels. It's a brand new feature. And this is the link that you will be copying and sharing with people that you want to pair with. So those folks who want to connect their channels to your live event will be getting this link and following the steps on the link, which I will show you in just a second. So once they did that, this is how your event card is going to look like. Actually, any event that you're creating right now as a professional user or higher will get this pair link. So you can, at any moment on any event, just access that, copy it, and share it. It's super easy. And once your guests or pair channels started to add and connect their social networks, you can immediately see them right here. So these are your channels. These are your pair channels. By clicking on them, you can review them. And actually, if you're seeing something that you don't necessarily feel like adding to your stream, which I think is generally unlikely because we're all looking for more views, right? And pairing with more communities. But if you, for whatever reason, don't want to go on one of the channels that has been paired with you, you can always toggle them off, and then the stream will not go there. Just so you know. And yes, and if you need to add more channels, this is the link. This is how you access it. And some other buttons that used to be on this card are going to be now under this little dot thing. So here's how you can edit the event. This is the invite guest link, the link that actually allows people to come into your studio. And of course, your RTMP settings and just the emergency stop of your stream if you need to do that for whatever reason, considering there's so many different channels connected and paired with you. So your guests will, this is actually my guest card. This is how it looks. Once your guests receive the link, they can follow very simple steps to add their channels, and then the event will also be posted in their Restream account on their events page. And here's where they can, at any moment of time, adjust their channels so they can toggle anything that they want on and off, or just add additional ones from the list of platforms that we are working with. And if the guest connected their channels, they also get this enter studio button. So at any moment they can just click it and enter the studio if that's part of your agreement, that they can walk in and actually be visible on your stream. So I guess I'm going to play a very quick video. Oops. Of how things look from the guest perspective, if that's good.
Anya, as you as a quick question there, I haven't seen it in the comment, but do I need to have a Restream account if I want to pair with you and go live? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to pair with me with my event, right, you will have to create a Restream account, and that's the only way how you will be able to add the channels. So it all has to be in Restream ecosystem. So if you are joining a stream as a guest, you can simply click a link and just show up with your camera, and that does not require an account, and that will stay that way. But if you're trying to pair your channels and add them to the event, then yes, you'll be asked to create a free Restream account, and then you'll be able to pair those channels for free as well, including paid ones, because we're opening up paid channels for guests once they're pairing with hosts, since the host has a professional plan.
Nice. This
I
is so
hope
cool. Actually, I
I
had
hope that makes
a
sense.
very
Yeah.
similar question coming in from Rema Upeska. Could you take that one as well? I think it's this similar type of question.
Yeah, it's very aligned with what you just asked. Can we pair with other platforms outside Restream? So unfortunately, in order to add channels to your live stream, you have your pairs or your guests have to create a Restream account. So we don't unfortunately have the ability to pair with channels that are added to a completely different platform or completely different software. So they will have to create an account. But like I mentioned, it's free for them, including paid channels. So all they need to do is quickly create an account and then add it. Let me actually go ahead, since we're on this topic, and play a very short. It's almost a Giphy. It doesn't even have music, so don't think something broke. Just to give you a quick idea of how the view of a guest looks when you share that link that I just showed you, when you want to pair with somebody, so you can see the flow and their steps, and you see how easy and how fast that is to pair for your guests.
Woohoo! That was
Success.
so easy.
Yeah.
Jesus, it was more than less
You
than a minute or
literally,
so.
yeah, it's 16
Very
seconds.
cool.
You literally, like, of course, in this little video, we sped up the process of creating a username and login. But generally, it is literally 4 clicks that your guest needs to do. Once you send them that link, they click Add Channels, and then they click they create an account. If they don't have one yet, if they already have one and they're logged in, then that step goes away, and they immediately get that pop up where they can toggle on the channels that they want to connect to this live event. Once they do that, they click Save. Here's their event card, a little success pop-up that says you're good to go, your channels have been paired. And in addition to that, we'll also send a couple of emails to remind you, like, hey, you paired with this event, it's going to go live on your channels. And then a couple more reminders that are going to be coming up 1 day before you stream and 1 hour before you stream, just to make sure that you remember that you paired and the live stream is going on your social.
Nice. It's so easy. I cannot believe it. Anybody really can do it. Feels like anybody can do it. I actually have one more question from Grace here. She's asking about functionality of the Restream pairs, and what she wants to know is that some specific functionality on viewers. Do you see only yourself viewer count, or you see total coming in?
Great question. And that's another one that we really thought a lot about, because part of the how we market and how we offer this feature to our community and to content creators is that we believe that one of the main reasons why you want to pair is because you want to boost your views, right? You're pairing with your co-marketing partner because you want to reach their audiences in addition to yours. You're pairing with your guests because you want your content to reach their viewers in addition to your own. So because of that, the view counter is extremely important. And yes, as a host, you do see the views coming from all the channels that have been paired with you. So you can see, like, currently I'm actually pointing on my little view counter, and it shows me the views from our own channels, as well as, like, I can see, for example, that on Matthew's channel, on Matthew's Facebook, oh, can you actually see that? Oh, cool. Thanks, Nastya. That's helpful. You see, like, how like some channels are showing up here, and it shows the views to me in real time. So the only thing that's slightly different is if you are a guest and you paired your channels and you just show up as a guest. In that case, you won't be able to see the view counter. Currently, we receive different feedback about that because some hosts prefer the guest to not necessarily see like all the channels, but as a host, you will be able to monitor the views in real time as well as after the stream. Remember that once the stream is done, you will be able to receive a report that will tell you how many views you had during that live stream, and it will also include your paired channels. So watch them live and check in after the stream once you're looking at your analytics and the results of your live event. So
Awesome. It
totally.
really gives you insights into what's happening everywhere, really. So it's easy
Mhm.
to go live to many channels, but also know what's happening there as well. Um, I think we got a question from SWJ.
Mhm.
It's a similar question about the password sharing.
Yeah.
Would you mind to explain it one more time? Do we need a password sharing when we go with pairs?
Not at all. That is the main reason why we created this feature, because we wanted to make sure that content creators have a secure way to collaborate, which means that you do not share your credentials, you do not share your passwords and usernames, you don't share your stream keys with other people, even if these people are your partners, your guests, your friends, your co-creators. We still believe that it is better to keep that information private and secure. So with pairs, one of the powerful parts of that feature is that by just sharing that link, you're inviting your collaborators to create their own Restream account, connect their channels, and then we just merge them together, and they become destinations for your event. So you do not share any credentials at all. The only thing you're sharing is that link that allows people to create an account and associate their channels with your stream. So very secure, and that works for both your pages, your personal accounts, your profiles, as well as your Facebook groups and other communities on social media. Absolutely.
Awesome. So cool. If you don't mind, I'm just going to take this question really quickly. People
Sure.
were asking about mobile screen sharing, also mobile
Yeah.
app. If mobile app is coming up, it is coming up very soon, I think. So it's on definitely on the product list, product development. I don't have like the release date yet, but it's definitely in something that we are thinking to work on and build, just to kind of bring that reassurance to people. Anya, I wanted to ask you, as more questions are popping up, I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
share some fun facts or how the collaboration works. So you were here for a week or 2 weeks actually of brainstorming with the team here of engineers in Kiev. How did it work? Was there any how the process of brainstorming and ideas populating worked? Did you had to use a lot of chocolate or share some personal cool stories?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I many people right now, because of the pandemic, kind of experience the remoteness and the benefits and also the downsides of being remote with your team, right? Like, we all had to work from home for about a year. We all had to learn to communicate digitally and get things done and work on things while we're not physically together. But I'm a big believer that when you can put a team together in one room, give them one simple task. I like to reference the task that John Kennedy at some point gave to American people. We have to put a man on the moon and safely bring them back by the end of this decade, right? Like, that was kind of like the message. So I am a big fan of this kind of approach to things. When you can build a tiger team, put together a couple of incredibly talented and smart engineers, put a product owner, a visionary leader who is kind of behind becomes the driving force behind the feature, and who's very close to users, listening to feedback, understanding the benefits and understanding the use cases. And then they collaborate together, work like crazy for 2 weeks and then finally release something. So we kind of refer to them as Restream boot camps. Actually, Pairs is not my first boot camp; it's my second boot camp that I did with our amazing Kiev team. And yeah, there was so many great stories. Like, yeah, we were brainstorming and we were trying to like figure out the flow and testing things and looking at the data and releasing Pairs as a beta feature for some people early on to kind of like see what their feedback, what their opinion is on what we're building. So there were definitely a lot of moments when we were exhausted, tired. We didn't sleep much because we were just trying to make sure that we make this feature as soon as possible and make it available to our creators. And as a result, yeah, it's definitely a labor of love. We were just completely obsessed with this ability to amplify your event, to multiply your views, to team up with others, and boost your viewership. And hopefully we were able to accomplish that. So that's why I'm so looking forward to hearing your comments, your feedback, and your user stories, which is going to be my focus moving forward in September. And yes, I couldn't thank the Kiev team enough for agreeing on this adventure with me, on hopping on with with all these crazy ideas of creating this bootcamp and finally making this happen. So it clearly works. We're live everywhere. So
We're
yeah,
definitely live
thanks
everywhere.
for being something great.
It sounds amazing. Cool. I have a few more questions popped up. SG is asking, is it possible to bring guests without allowing them to go to be live without a camera, essentially?
Yeah, absolutely. You can bring your guest. You can so again, like in the context of Pairs, you can send them the pair link so they can adjust their channels and add them to your live event if you choose to do so. Then after that, you'll be sharing your invite guest link that is currently going to be under your dots on your event card, or you can actually share it directly from your studio if you are not creating an event. And then once your guest shows up on camera, just like you did right now, Anastasia, you can ask them. You basically, they have the opportunity to turn off their camera and just show their avatar. So we can actually try to show it right now by simply showing both of us together, picture in picture, and I will hide my camera. And here we go. As you can see, there's a little circle that is talking right now, and I think Anastasia, you're muted, so I muted you. So yeah, this is how your guest is going to look, and they will be able to adjust this picture so they can upload whatever avatar they want. So you do have a guest in that situation; they appear on your live stream, but there's no video on at all. So that's I'm assuming that's what you were asking. Alternatively, like I mentioned, you can also ask people to pair their channels and not invite them to join your live video altogether. So they will just connect their channels like many people did today for this live presentation, and they're not in our list of videos. So that's another option. So basically, pair channels don't show up at all. Pair channels show up as a guest. Turn off your camera. Pair channels show up as a guest and turn it on.
Awesome. I think we had, if you have a few questions and not related to Pairs, is about branding being in standard plan. I see it coming from Victor, and then Charles also commenting on this. Can I ask you to contact support? I think there might be something happening there. Please contact support. We would try to make sure you get a best deal and get you off streaming and setting up with us in no time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I believe we do run some experiments on that right now. So definitely something that you can reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you. We do hear that feedback from time to time, and trust me, I hear you. I mean, it makes sense what you are mentioning in terms of removing branding on standard plan. So we're definitely thinking in that direction, and kind of stay tuned. I guess that would be my answer. Stay tuned. Some news might be coming up soon because it is a reasonable request. 100% understandable.
Yeah, and for the moment, for sure, contact support, we definitely would be able to help you. On that note, I think we have a special deal as well, which we wanted to share today, which is awesome, I think, and very, very unique, and kind of a good benefit to share our joy of Restream Pairs with you guys. We wanted to highlight it on. Anya, do you want to introduce what I'm talking about?
Yes, absolutely. So we do want you guys to pair. We want you to try it. We want you to explore the opportunities to connect with other content creators and create this space for each other to share access to your audiences, share wonderful content with the viewers of your friends and partners. So we would love to invite you to try Restream Pairs for free. So there is a coupon code that I am going to share right now with everybody here, and it's very exclusive to this specific stream. So we actually stopped
Doo-doo-doo.
sharing, yeah, the drum rolls. We actually stopped
Drum
sharing
rolls.
promo codes during the live stream with Restream. But this is a very special occasion, I want to say, since we're introducing a new feature. So here is the link. I'm going to post it in. Oh, actually, so it's not going to post on my paired channels because of the way that works. I'm just going to display it on the screen. This is our promo code. It says pairs free, and it allows you to have 1 free month of Restream Pro, so you could unlock pairs as well as other professional features. So folks who were mentioning earlier today that like, oh, like we would love to do this and this and this, but we are not quite there yet to be able to afford Restream Pro, give it a try. This code is exclusively for today's audience. So it is going to expire in 24 hours. So definitely, I recommend you to activate it as soon as possible. But this is going to be your 1 month of Restream Professional for free. If you want to keep the pro after that, then you can pay for it. If not, you can always cancel, and we will not charge you for the for after that. But this first month is free of charge, and the idea is that we want you to explore professional features, specifically Restream Pairs, and let us know what do you think about it. Let our support team, 24-hour chat, actually led by Anastasia here, know what your experiences is looking like. Where do you see some room for improvement? We are very open to hearing your feedback and your comments. And of course, if you had a great stream and you paired with somebody and you enjoyed it and it was good, please let us know as well, because we would love to showcase you as a Restream Pairs user story, because we're going to be working on them in September.
Totally. We would love to hear your success stories as well. It's always so nice to hear that people are enabled or did something with our product, which we're not able to do before. It kind of gives a special, warmth in our heart, making us, waking up every day and going to work like we're gonna help today somebody else as well. So please let us know. It will be super awesome to get to know more of your journeys with Restream Pairs or Restream in general.
Yeah, and I'm seeing
Anya,
that
I've
some
seen
people
there's
are
some questions.
commenting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw some comment about like the link potentially not working. So what you can just use this promo code when you're checking out, so you don't actually have to have a link. You can just enter pairs free in your checkout in the promo code section, and it's going to apply and make your first month of Restream Professional free. So that's one option, and the other option is that we'll actually follow up in comments and add the link. I'm pretty sure it's working. I can see that some people are saying that it did work for them. So, yeah, definitely, you can just use the code.
And also, don't forget to contact support if something is not working. We are here as well 24/7 to help you out with this. Anya, I think as a closing remarks, I see some questions that are generally related to Restream. CG is asking about can somebody force to turn off the camera? What is your experience on
Oh,
this one?
can you force someone to turn on the camera? You cannot. Actually, you can untoggle, like you can remove the person from the stream altogether as a host. So, for example, sorry, Nastia, I'm gonna do this.
Why?
I'm gonna do this to you. Yeah, you see like how I basically toggled her off, and now if she's my guest, she won't be able to come
Oh.
back until I toggle her back on. So that's an option if you want to remove someone with their video from the stream. But the video camera, this thing that we showed you earlier, when you can turn off your camera and just have your avatar, is going to be controlled by your guest, so you won't be able to force turn it on and off. So you can only toggle on and off the guest altogether. I hope that makes sense.
And Anya, Moho is asking, will we introduce the scheme for the host and the guest to communicate? I think it's already
In the
there, if
green
I'm not
room.
mistaken.
Yeah, it
In the green
is. It is
room.
already there. Absolutely. So let's I'm just gonna share my little channel my little screen share thing. Let me just remove this comment real quick. So right here, you see this private chat, and this is like our little communication behind the scenes. No countdown, yes countdown. So this is how you can communicate with your guest, and your audience does not see those comments. So that's why it's called private chat, and that's how you can talk to them. So it is already available, and yeah, I definitely can see the situation when sometimes you want to tell something to your guest, something like, "Hey, your microphone is slightly off. I cannot hear you really well. There's a lot of echo." Or anything like that. Your hair doesn't look amazing, which, by the way, Anastasia, your hair does look amazing today. Um, so yeah, you can definitely communicate through that private chat if you need to. It's already there and it's available on all plans, so it's not a pro feature or anything like that. Awesome.
Awesome. Guys, throw away your last comments, questions. Don't forget again, maybe I'm gonna reshare one more time the free code to start to get yourself on Pro today. So as Anya mentioned, the link is only available 24 hours since today. So try it out for free for a month. I think it's awesome possibility, and try pairing as well, and getting more audience and engaging with more people as well through Restream Pairs.
Well, we're wrapping this up. Please don't forget that our Restream support is available 24/7. So after watching this and exploring pairs, if there's something that does make sense, if there's some kind of issue that you're experiencing, please contact us. We have our support available for you to help you with both onboarding or troubleshooting, or even if you just created an event and you're thinking about different options in different ways, like should I pair, should I not pair, what channels should I add, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to walk you through, give you our expert advice, our experience, anything we know, to set you up for success. That's why our customer support team is there, and hopefully they will be able to help you out and make your pairs journey a little smoother. So please don't hesitate to contact us. We're 24/7 real humans waiting for you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm thinking, Anya, could you quickly remind us what is the when is the use cases for pairs? Just a quickly.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
would I
absolutely. And
want to do that?
I actually wanted to take one quick
Ooh.
question. I just see we have about five more minutes before we have to wrap up,
Mhm.
about recurring events. I saw that question asked before. I'm not sure if that's the same person or is it just two different separate questions. But we currently do not have that option. So you'll have to create an event for each time. But this is a great idea. So I greatly appreciate you bringing this up, because I'm going to take this and take it straight to our events/pairs team and share this option with them. I do understand that would be very helpful if we could just set up the recurring event just like you would in your Google Calendar, and then you can go live at the same time every week, every month, every day, whichever your recurringness calls for. Great idea, DJ. Thank you so much for sharing. Noted, and stay tuned for that. Good idea.
I think it's especially very useful if you're streaming pre-recorded events as well. So they can go live without you anytime, any day.
Exactly. Exactly. And with our system of reminders that we're setting up today, there's nothing that is going to surprise you, because now on you'll be receiving an email saying like, "Hey, your stream is in 1 day," or "Your stream is in 1 hour," so you probably won't miss it, even if you accidentally set it up recurring for forever and ever, right? Like for entirely. Um, Yes, that's a good one, Charles. Thanks for dropping that in. What about multi-camera support? So currently, the only way you could do multi-camera in Restream is through a little hack. And how you would do that is you would share an invite guest link directly from your studio with yourself, and then click that link from an alternative device. So it could be your phone, it could be your a different computer. If you want better quality, of course, it should be a different laptop with a camera connected to it. And then you'll be able to toggle on yourself as a guest showing up from a different device, and that will create that effect of two different cameras. And how you can navigate between these two, of course, option one is you can make it very funny and silly and just have two of yourselves from different perspective, picture in picture, just like we are right now with Anastasia. Or you can do something like this when you are highlighting yourself and just moving between the two. You see how like it's a pretty smooth transition between two maximize full screens, and if in the scenario when you share that link with yourself, those would be two different views of yourself from different perspectives and different cameras. I hope that makes sense. Mo is asking, where can I buy stock in Restream? That's a good one. We're not a public company just yet, so that's not an option as of today. But I do appreciate you asking that. That makes us feel very happy that there's already an interest. If we ever go public, we will definitely let you know. Thank you so
And
much.
actually, on this note, it made me think: what are the next things for Restream Pairs? Is it like the product is finished, or is there anything else that is coming in that we should be waiting for and should be excited with Restream Pairs?
Absolutely. That's a great question. I love the questions about future, right? Uh, it's never finished. In my approach to creating products and delivering features and giving people the opportunity to improve their life as content creators and live streamers are centered around the fact that we are constantly improving and evolving. So no feature is ever done. No product is ever final. Where we continue innovating and making it better, faster, easier for you to use. So in the most I guess recent, like the very next thing that we're going to do with Pairs is we're going to make it available for scheduled events. So currently it's events that go live only, but very soon we'll also be able to create a pre-recorded video, schedule it as an event to come on your social channels, and then send the pair link so that pre-recorded scheduled video could go live on the pair channels of your guests as well. So that is something that we are working on right now. So that's coming very soon. Then the next thing is going to be something along the lines of the instant streaming, right? So there were some questions about do we have to create an event in order to be able to use pairs. So as of right now, yes, but in the future, I want to imagine the world where you could just go live instantly, drop the pairs link while you're streaming, and then this wonderful community that is joining us right now could also pair and connect their channels and restream to their communities as I'm live while this is happening. So that is something that I'm trying to also envision, and hopefully that's not in the works as of right now, but that's the vision for Pairs. So connecting with as many content creators and fans and brands and partners and collaborators as possible, sending your message everywhere and connecting and communicating with audiences from all those places, destroying all the borders, making it limitless, making it inclusive. That's what we're going after with Pairs.
Awesome. That's really nice to hear this. Also, if I'm not mistaken, there's notifications going to be built in as well, is it? Making it easier to remember when to go live with an event in general.
That's true. That's like a minor cosmetic feature, but I'm also actually, that's so cool that you brought this up. I am very excited about this. We are going to add like a little calendar integration on your event card, which is actually going to affect all events, not only paired events. I do believe that it's very helpful when you create an event to just click one thing and it immediately transitions into your Google Calendar, and then you will never forget it. And then if you have any guests who you want to join the event, or just someone who you want to make sure that remembers that this is happening, you can add them in your calendar, send that link, and then once it's in your Google Calendar, it's happening, right? Like it's actually happening. So that's a minor improvement that we're looking to bring soon. So that's actually, yes, that's actually happening as we speak. So yeah, that's a good one. I like that the idea of like connecting everything and making sure that everything is notifications driven, so you get a
No,
reminder.
totally. Should the experience should be smooth, our founder likes to say, elegant solution. It has to be elegant.
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
I think we're running at to 1 hour. I don't know. Do you want to take some more questions quickly, or how do you feel?
I would, yeah, let's take a couple more just to make sure, because yeah, if you're seeing any like pairs related questions, I want to make sure that we give the opportunity to folks. So if you guys asked the question earlier and you would like to repeat it, please do it. Now is the moment. I want to make sure that folks who came specifically to learn about pairs get the opportunity to talk to people who know about pairs, probably more than most people in the world. You can do that. But in the meantime, I can see there's a question about Atom Mini. So currently, you can use Restream Studio with Blackmagic cameras. It's just that the Stream Deck, which I'm assuming you're referring to, is not something that Studio would work with. Studio currently doesn't work with any Restream decks. We just have some hotkeys, and we're working on adding more hotkeys because it's very convenient, right? When you can just click command S, for example, and just pops up the settings, or command M will mute your microphone automatically. So we're kind of like exploring the hotkeys theme in Studio in general. But yeah, definitely Atom Mini as the Black Magic camera, as long as you can connect it through something like Camlink and trick your computer into thinking that that's a web camera, is already something that would work with Restream Studio. I hope
I
that
think
makes
that this
sense.
was a good question as well, to our studio profiles. Are we thinking of studio profiles and grouping the backgrounds and overlays together in one place?
We are, and that's something that I definitely recommend you to stay tuned on, because creating like, so I guess some people refer to them as brand folders, or just kind of like grouping brand assets specific to a show or brand is something that is in the works for sure. It is very convenient for a person who hosts a couple of shows, live stream is Restream being one of them. I can definitely feel the pain, and it would be very convenient to be able to put together your captions, your overlays, your video pre-rolls that are specific to that one show, and kind of like keep them separate and then navigate between them. So that's something that we will hopefully be we showing you soon. So stay tuned for those announcements.
Okay, I think the last question. Come on, Anya. This is definitely for pairs. And ooh,
Mhm.
there you go. One more time. How many channels can a free account share? And do we need to have share a free account to have to pair? So
All right, let me 1 second. So how many channels? Yes. So currently the limitation is for up to 100 channels. I know it's crazy, right? Like who would have 100 channels? So that is roughly let's say distributed for 10 channels per guest, right? Like so you can pair up to 20 guests, and each of them can pair for up to about 10 channels. And altogether it's going to come up to 100 pair channels in addition to your own, and your own channels are basically controlled by your plan. So depending on what kind of plan you have, that's going to determine how many your own channels you can add. So yeah, 100 channels, guys. I think that's a
that's a
lot.
lot. That's
And
really a lot.
if
Imagine how many audience you can reach with 100 channels. It's probably multiplied
yeah,
by whatever, multiplied by 100. That's at least.
I know, right? Like if some of you actually ends up pairing anywhere close to 100 channels and goes live with that, please let me know. I would really encourage you to contact our customer support and tell them like, "Hey, I want to talk to Anya, and I want to share my story about how I paired 100 channels using your new Restream Pairs feature. I definitely would love to talk to you, interview you, and showcase your story so others could learn from the bravest and the best, because that would be really amazing story. So please yeah, try it. Dare to be bold, dare to connect hundreds of channels and send your stream to all
I'm
those beautiful
definitely
people.
gonna bring all my interviewers now to all the channels. I'm not gonna doing it alone anymore. So all my people who I'm interviewing will be connecting and streaming to their channels for sure from now on as a must go. Cool. Anya, do you want to do our the mock exchange or the high five?
Yes, I was gonna
Which
say,
is the
not do the high five today, and we're gonna do the mug exchange. So one of the things that we're very proud of here at Restream is this like cute little mugs that has a Restream logo, and
oh.
and this adorable little squeedy that has all the different platforms in his tentacles, which I think is just super adorable. So I'm gonna pass it to Anastasia. Are you guys ready? And let's go.
Ooh.
Ta-da!
Almost seamless. A few more repetitions and we're gonna get there.
The fun things you can do in Restream Studio. So thank you so
Totally.
very much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Restream engineering team, for building this feature, for working with me on that, and continuing to support us. The Restream Studio and all this streaming, all this joy of sharing your content and being live would not be possible without you. Thanks to our support team. You guys are superheroes. So we constantly thank you for your service and for your dedication to our to our clients and content creators. And thanks, Anastasia. It was really good to see you. And yeah, thanks everyone who showed up today and asked amazing questions. We really, really love you and appreciate each and every one of you.
Thanks everybody who
Guys.
showed up today, for sure, 100%. And we're looking forward to you guys telling us the stories of how you use the Restream Pairs. We want to be there with you and get to know everything that in your journey with Restream Pairs as well.
Absolutely. Well,
Awesome.
thanks, guys. Have a good
Enjoy.
one.
Bye bye.
Cheers.